Okay, we're back again. When I was recording the the first Advent of Code video that I did, I noticed that the audio and the video were drifting out of sync. It seemed from memory like the audio was drifting behind. And I think the reason for that, whoops, if we go over here. So when we process the audio input, the PTS for the output, like the time that we're sending output is based off, where do we do time? Up here. Based off the actual time since we started recording, right? So what that means is the audio frame at time 1 second is whatever frame we happen to be processing at time 1 second. All right, so if I draw a little diagram. Right, so we have real time. And we have 0, blah, 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 1 second. And then we have processing, right? So when we're at 1 second of processing, what we're saying is audio timestamp, 1 second, video timestamp, 1 second. Maybe we should say, maybe I'll just say output timestamp. Maybe that's easier. Whoops. So after 1 second has passed, we're processing now, and we're saying whatever we happen to be processing, that will be shown 1 second into the recording. However, whatever we happen to be processing may not be up to date. If we have fallen behind in our processing, then what'll happen is, I don't know how to draw this in the diagram, but if we've fallen behind in our processing, we may actually be processing an audio packet from back here, right? So we may be processing an audio packet that came in at, I don't know, half a second. But because we're processing it at 1 second, we're going to not displays for video, but play. I guess we're going to play that sound at 1 second. I think that's what is occurring here. So for video, this isn't a problem because we're not pulling from another source. We just say whatever is on the screen now, we're going to process that. Whereas for audio, we have a buffer. Where is it? Read frame. So we read frame from this this kind of buffered input, I guess. In fact, we may be able to fix this by just keep reading until we no longer get E again, and we may be able to just throw out all the old frames. I don't know if that's a good idea. But the point is, for video, we don't have this buffering. We just, whatever is on the screen right now, we're going to process that right now. And so the timestamp is correct. We don't have to worry. But because we're pulling audio from a buffer, we may be pulling audio that's old. I think that's what the problem is. The whole audio processing subsystem, I guess, needs a rework. There's a lot of problems with it. It was the first part that I did, and so the design is not great. But I think we're going to focus on this part first because I've been very hesitant to use this program knowing that the audio and video can become out of sync. So I want to fix this now before I do anything else, or at least attempt to fix it. Yeah, so one thing we can do is just keep polling until we get the most up-to-date frame. I don't know. Do I think that's a good idea? I'm not sure if I think that's a good idea. Another alternative is, we record when we record what the timestamp was. No, what do I need to know? I need to know the timestamp difference between the current audio packet and when we started. So I guess I can record. I don't know if I have time. I don't think I have time. I think I just have PTS and DTS, but I think I just have the presentation timestamp from the input packet. Is this line the one that's the problem? Can I just delete this line? Or these two, rather. I don't think so. Then we'll get this problem, I think, if we delete these lines. I think what we want to do is we want to skip over... No, do we want to skip? I'm not sure how to handle this. I think... As much as I don't want to, I think maybe the solution is just to throw away all packets. Like, just give me the latest one. Because I think functionally, however we slice this, that's what's going to happen. Okay, I think we're going to try that. Right, so E again. I think there's an example of this. Errored when reading a packet. Interesting. We'll come back to that in a moment. Oops. Where's this from? This is read frame. I think that's from Codec. Oh, no, that's a packets and format. I think so. God, it's been so long. PTS, DTS, and duration are always set in time-based units. That's fine. Maybe it's not this one. Repeat this call until it returns E again or an error. For decoding, call receive frame. So read frame. The thing that I wonder, does a packet have all the buffered input? Like if I receive a packet, will that give me all of the frames up until now, like that have already been processed? That's what I wonder. One or more encoded frames. Maybe. So maybe here, I just want to throw out everything that's old. That doesn't feel right. The reason it doesn't feel right is because we may still be encoding old frames. Yeah. I wonder if I should just translate frames into translate the time-based units correctly. So what would I need to do? I need to record the first PTS when we started. Let's go to state. So I guess here I would want to recall. No. Here, I think. Is that right? Yeah. No. No, it's not. SLT input PTS? No. Input start PTS? What a dumb name, but okay. I think that's right. Because then we want to know how much time has passed when we're processing this packet and change its PTS. Is that enough? Maybe. Because then at least we'll know how long since we started recording. Why do I have the video outputs? That's just a big array. Because we only have one video input. Is that why? I think they should be protected by mutex, but whatever. Is this where I want this to be during the output? I think it has to be. I think it doesn't make sense to have it on the... Does it? No, we'll have it in here. I think this makes sense. Yeah, okay, let's... Shit name for a field, but, okay. And so, I think this is during pipe audio. We make the output.